بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. أما بعد، يقول الله تبارك وتعالى في كلامه المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا ولقد جاءتهم رسلنا بالبينات ثم إن كثيرا منهم بعد ذلك في الأرض لمسرفون. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, the tragic news of the shooting in Texas in an elementary school where children, 3rd and 4th graders, the death toll now is 21, 19 children and 2 teachers. That is the topic for today. First of all, we would like to offer as a Muslim community our condolences to the family members of this senseless tragedy. May Allah Azza wa Jal give them sabr jameel. This, sadly, and with a heavy heart, I must say, probably will not be the last school shooting. We have seen many in the past. To count off, in 2018, there was 24 school shootings. In 2019, there was exactly the same number, 24 school shootings. In 2020, the number actually went down to 10, and that was probably because of COVID. Schools were shut down. And then last year in 2021, we had the highest number on record of school shootings, 34. And this year in 2022, and the school year is not yet complete, we have had 27 school shootings. And that is school shootings. If you want to count mass shootings to date in 2022, we have had so far in the 5 months from January till the end of May, 213 mass shootings. Well, you might say, well, the problem started with 𝘾𝙊𝙉𝙏𝘼 and 𝘾𝙊, the 2 sons of Adam alayhi salam. That's nothing new. No, it is different as we near the end of times. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam has spoken about haraj, and the Sahaba said, what is haraj? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, it's killings, where killings become widespread, mass shootings, mass killings, where the person who is the killer does not know why he killed, and the one who is being killed, who was murdered, he does not know why he was killed. We as a Muslim community should be concerned. What can we do about it? What can we do? Some people will say, well, that is not our concern. Well, first of all, whatever affects the outside society, the greater society, the dominant society, also affects us because we are members of that same society. This issue, school shootings, directly affects us, obviously, because our children go to school. Mass shootings, we also participate in the greater society, shopping in the malls, going here and there. So yes, this issue, but apart from school shootings or mass shootings, even drunk driving, you might say, well, how does that affect us? I have not drank a single drop in my entire life. Well, true, but there is no chance or possibility that you will get a DUI. But if a drunk driver rears you from the back while you are driving with your family, and then an accident occurs and you and your family members are injured, this drunk driving has affected you. So all the ills, whether it is gangs or drugs or teenage pregnancies or abortion or drunk driving or school shootings or mass shootings or gun violence in general, because the general term is gun violence. It's not just school shootings or mass shootings. There's a lot of violence that happens from guns, inappropriate handling of the gun, where a younger brother accidentally shoots his older brother. All of these ills of society, of the greater society, what affects the larger society, the dominant society, also affects us as a Muslim community. So we have to be concerned. Now, let us begin. Where to begin? Again, the question is, someone might say, why don't we just ban all the guns like what happened in Australia? They had their mass shooting in 1996 in which 35 Australians were killed. And what did the government do? It confiscated the firearms of the civilian population. And after 1996 till today, they have not had a single mass shooting in Australia. Well, it's a little bit more complicated. We obviously are obsessed with guns, the American culture. There are 400 million firearms in the hands of civilians. Now, let me put that into perspective. The US population is 332 million. The population is 332 million, and the number of firearms that US citizens possess, law-abiding citizens possess, is 400 million registered firearms. Imagine. Now, these 400 million registered firearms are in the hands of 30% of the adult population. Not every single adult owns a firearm. Yes, 70% of the adult population does not own a firearm. Out of the 70%, half of them see themselves as probably owning a firearm in the future, and half of them cannot imagine themselves ever owning a firearm. But the 30% that own 400 million firearms, their biggest backing is the Second Amendment of the Constitution, which was passed in 1791, which states that a well-established militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So, in a nutshell, that Second Amendment is not going anywhere anytime soon. So we again are back at square one. What can we do? Well, we can, for starters, participate in changing, in bringing about gun law reform. There are sensible, meaningful gun law reforms that we as a Muslim community can advocate, and the effort that is happening, we can take part in that effort in bringing about meaningful reform. There is the policy and there is the politics, and we know the NRA and how strong of a lobby they are, but Allah is stronger than the NRA, and Allah Azza wa Jal is stronger than any lobbying power. We could put our 2 cents and try to help bringing about some meaningful reform. For example, this shooter, he was 18 years old and he purchased his AR-15 the day he turned 18, and then 2 weeks later he goes and shoots up a girl at the school, and 19 children. The father of the girl was being interviewed, a 3rd grader, a 4th grader who was killed, and his words were, "She was a good girl, she used to brush her teeth." She was a good girl, she used to brush her teeth. That teared me apart. I mean, what more can you expect from a 10-year-old? And that's what she did. She brushed her teeth on time. We have to do something. So the one example is that we as a society can change the laws and say, you know what, the minimum age to purchase a gun should be 21. If the minimum age to buy tobacco products in the state of Utah is 21, then how come a person can purchase a firearm at the age of 18? And of course, universal background checks. And do we need assault weapons? Weapons that can kill hundreds of people within minutes. Isn't a simple pistol or revolver sufficient for the protection and the defense of your life and property? So yes, to take part in sensible, meaningful reform. The second thing we can do is that buying a gun is your choice. If you are a law-abiding citizen, then it is obviously your right, and you are well within your rights to purchase a firearm for the defense of your family. But we should, more than that, we should depend upon Allah Azza wa Jal and His protection. I'm not saying not to buy a firearm. As a matter of fact, my personal opinion is, as a Muslim community, law-abiding member of society, it is not a bad idea to purchase a firearm and have a firearm in your house for your protection and for the protection of your family members. But more than that, we depend upon Allah Azza wa Jal's protection. Abu Darda radiallahu anh, someone told him that your house has burned. There was a fire in his neighborhood, and they came running to him and they said, your house has burned. He said, Mahtaraka bayti, my house has not burned. A little while later, someone came and told him, Intahatin naru ila baytik fatafiyat, the fire came up to your house and then it went out. And he replied, Alimtu anna Allah lam yakun liyaf'al. I knew Allah would not allow my house to burn. Someone sitting there said, Ayyu kalamika a'jab, which of your two statements is more bizarre? I am unable to decide. Your first statement that you issued with such confidence that my house has not burned, or this latter statement in which you said, Alimtu anna Allah lam yakun liyaf'al, I knew Allah would not allow my house to burn. Both of your statements are very strange. He said, I recited the dua that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam had taught us. That dua, Allahumma anta rabbi, la ilaha illa anta, alayka tawakkaltu, wa anta rabbul arshil kareem, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim, ma sha Allahu kan, wa ma lam yasha lam yakun. والله وأعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر نفسي ومن شر دابة أنت آخذ بناصيتها إن ربي على صراط مستقيم. I read this dua, and whoever recites this dua awwal an-nahar, Allah will protect him hatta tumsi, till evening, and whoever recites it in the evening, akhir an-nahar, Allah will protect him hatta tusbih, till the morning. So I knew for a fact that my house would not burn, and Allah would not allow my house to burn. So this is the trust that we put in Allah. Yes, we take precautions. We are aware of our surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings, especially when you come to the masjid. The best tactic is that if you see any suspicious person, then you should approach him. If you are not confident in approaching him and saying, Assalamu alaikum, how can I help you? What can I do? I have not seen you before. If you are not comfortable doing that, then at least let someone responsible in the masjid know and say, Imam or brother, there is a suspicious person. I have never seen him before. He's lurking around outside. Please let us know. And as I mentioned before, if you purchase a firearm and you bring one to the masjid, then we allow that. But please let us know. Please let us know that you are bringing one. Now, how much confidence do I have personally that you will actually do something for us, God forbid, in the case of an active shooter, if you have a firearm on you? I don't think much. You'll probably be the first person to run. But if you do bring one to the masjid, please let us know. But more than anything else, be constant in your du'as, be persistent in your du'as. Do not neglect your du'as, your prayers, the du'a of protection in the morning and in the evenings. May Allah Azza wa Jal keep us and our families in His protection. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ. Please pray your sunnah.